Sex, lovemaking, casual sex, being intimate with someone or several people. What are the effects? How does it influence your well-being, your life, and the other? This and more I will be discussing in this video. So, buckle up and let's dive into it. Like, subscribe, and share. Hi, my name is Lotfi, and today I would like to share with you some of my insights on sex, having sex, being intimate, lovemaking, having sex with several partners. And I would like to start with the difference between lovemaking and having sex. I believe I discussed this already in a video 4 years ago, but I feel that it's time to readdress this in this video. I've grown further, I've had more experiences, I've learned more, so I have new insights to share with you. So lovemaking implies that there is love involved, that you have feelings for the person, not just sexual desire. There's nothing wrong with having sexual desire towards someone. We can meet someone and just feel that desire. We see the person and we feel it in our body. It's a very normal, basic instinct response of the body to get excited when seeing someone attractive, someone who's genetically a match, because that's basically how the body reacts. That's how animals choose their mates. But we're not animals anymore. We're also not cavemen anymore. What I call a caveman today is somebody who just sees a person, finds it attractive, and then does everything he or she can to, in the end, have sex with the person. Whether it's a quick response and trying to get it here and now, or play the long game with seduction, with deception, with manipulation, and all these methods that are being used just to get the person to have sex with you. And this is done by both men and women. There's no difference there. It's just that men are more known for it, and they're often more direct and more vocal, and they also brag about it to others, where women are doing it in silence and generally nobody knows about it, or maybe just one of their best friends. It's just like cheating. Women cheat as often as men, or even more often. It's just not being spoken about. And so it looks like men are the big cheaters, women are always the victim. But that's not true. When it comes to having sex with someone, we can have different kinds of sex. There can be consensual, non-consensual. I would like to focus today on the consensual, meaning both parties agreed to have sex. And this can be like, two people who just agree, or two people who agree to do it with something else involved. A service, money, whatever. One is called casual sex, the other is called prostitution. But oftentimes, and I believe there is more sex happening for services and benefits than for money. And then people call it fucking the payroll. It's when you have sex with your boss to get better pay, to get a promotion maybe, or even before, just to get the job. There's also fake consensual sex when you're being pressured by your boss, or you feel pressured at least by your boss, and you agree to have sex with a person, with your superior, man or woman. Again, everything I'm describing is both happening for men and women. And you do it, but it's not really consensual because there is a power imbalance. And already from the examples I'm giving you, you're probably already labeling one, or at least some on the good side and some on the bad side, for the obvious society approved reasons. But what most of people don't know is that when you are intimate with someone, when you are having sex with someone, which is physically intimate, there is a lot that gets transmitted. There's not just physical interaction. Yes, you can put on a condom to prevent fluids from being exchanged, although the condom is mainly preventing the masculine fluid, the ejaculate, to touch the woman. But the female fluids are often going past the condom on the sides and are still making contact with the man. Or if there is oral sex happening without a condom, and honestly, oral sex with a condom is not fun for the man, but also not for the woman, because these things have horrible smell and tastes. Even those that they say, but this one has a nice taste of strawberry and whatever. Don't believe that crap. I've tried it in my early 20s and no. Casual sex can also happen in a relationship. This often happens when the relationship has been going on for a while and there is not anymore the being in love part, and it's just both have a physical need, they both have an itch, and the itch needs to be scratched. And so they have sex because they need to get the pressure off, the tension out of their bodies, so they have sex. And what you see that for many people, sex is a stress release. And that already should put you to think. If you don't feel good and you have sex and afterwards like, then you know that you released the bad feeling. Where do you think the bad feeling went? Where do you think the energy of the bad feeling, which is most probably a negative energy, where did it go? Interesting, right? So now imagine that you both had sex because you were both stressed, because you both had all these things on your mind and you really had to let off all that tension. Then it's just not going from one person to another. With jelly, it's not really going from one person to another, it's just creating a copy. Sharing, like sharing a meal. You both start to enjoy it, but there's an exchange. So you both end up with each other's shit and your own shit. This is getting really interesting, right? Now you're probably like, I never want to have sex again. No, don't worry. Doesn't have to be this way. But I just want you to be aware of this. And most people are having sex because they feel a lack. So a lot of sex is about taking. I want to grab that person, take him, and fuck that person. That is a deep need of taking. So taking something from that other person, taking energy. This is why many people feel exhausted after sex. They're tired. They need a cigarette. Wow. You needing a cigarette means, well, when do you take a cigarette? Not when you feel great, when you want to feel better. And I can tell you, if you actually experience true lovemaking, you won't need anything. No cigarette, no food, no nothing. You won't need a next orgasm for another 24 to 48 hours. So, being cool when you can have multiple orgasms within a day doesn't sound so cool anymore, right? It sounds more like you're so bloody hungry and whatever you're eating is not filling up. You need more. So basically you're eating stuff that's not really feeding you. So when it comes to food, you would say, okay, this is not the right food for me. I need to eat something else because I can keep eating, but I still feel hungry. So if you keep fucking and you still need more, then... And it's not just a question of awareness. Because when you do experience the real depth of lovemaking, even if you were used to have sex multiple times to feel good, you will stop after having had that experience. You will not have the need to continue. There's no need to be cool and show how you can ejaculate 4 times or whatever. So, coming back to casual sex and sex in general. So there is an energy exchange. And then you may want to ask yourself, do you want to exchange energy with that person? Yes, that person may look sexy, may have an amazing ass, and you just want to fuck that person. But do you want the energy of that person? Would you like to really deeply, intimately kiss that person? Perform deep oral sex with that person? Already, if one of these two you're like, then you already know. Your body, your being is already telling you like, no. Yeah, it looks nice, looks very sexy, but no. Can you see yourself waking up with that person, spending the whole night and waking up with that person, spending 24 hours with that person? Like really spending time with that person. Intimately, connected, talking. If you do not, then it's going to be just casual sex. And something in you is saying, that's not the right person for me. No matter how hot that person is, how sexy, how beautiful, how amazing. Your system is already telling you, no, keep the distance. So for you to go and still do all these things with that person, taking in all those energies exchanging energies is not beneficiary. And the media is not talking about this. Because you being uncomfortable, you getting sick, you feeling bad is only good for the economy, because you will be consuming stuff, medicine, drugs, alcohol, other things, start buying stuff just to feel good. So whoever is driving the economy wants you to feel shitty. Because people who really feel good on the inside, they need very little. They're very bad for the economy. I mean, the current type of economy that we're having. They may be great for society, but not for the economical system we're having. So when people are telling you something is good for you or is not good for you, it helps to have a look at what do they benefit from. You could of course say the same about me. Why am I telling you this? Well, because I have certain experiences and I would love to help you to reach the next level, to heal your wounds, to heal your trauma, to find your inner balance when it comes to sexuality, but also your inner balance in general. And so I'm sharing my experiences, but at the same time it's also me being visible for those who may decide, well, I would like to take action. I would like to do something to change something in my life. And I can tell you, me talking about this subject now, I have myself had a lot of casual sex. Did it feed me? No, didn't. Generally I would feel empty shortly after. I would have a moment of, yeah, and then shortly after, sometimes only seconds, I would already feel again emptiness and need something. But all these experiences, and then what followed throughout the years, a different kind of experience, started to open my eyes, started to inspire me to do some research, to start working on myself. And what I've realized in the past few years is that because of all the work I've done, of the experiences I had, I now can clearly see when I see a person like, wow, really sexy. But then I also hear the voice in me like, yeah, but don't have sex with that person. I'm looking like, yeah, so, wow, really nice person and beautiful and this and that and that. But then I feel that voice in me like, and I listen to it. And when I listen better, I start to see, like, yeah, but look at that person from a different perspective now. And then you will see, like, that person is carrying a lot of energies with him or her that, like, I don't need those. Or that person is injured, has a wound, an emotional wound, and I do not want to get intimate with someone who has this kind of wound. I mean, we all have our wounds, but I've had many interactions with women who have sexual wounds, and I've been intimate with several of them, and today I choose not to. No matter how great that person is, I just say to that person, hey, you're an amazing woman, but I sensed this, or you told me this. Maybe the person already told me this. And I'm like, well, work on that first. Because in my private life, I don't want to be a coach. I don't want to be a healer. I don't want to be the one, but don't want to be the repairman. It's a choice I make. It's better to be alone, spend the evening, the night alone, not to have sex, than to get involved with someone who has a wound. That person can then decide to like, okay, but I really like this guy. Okay, then the person can decide to actually work on his issue. And I know it's not easy. I know it's really difficult, because that choice for me was almost impossible to make. But through life experience, I came to this point through a lot of hard work on myself, working on my inner masculine and my inner feminine, merging them, having them becoming one, working together. And this is what I encourage you to do. We all already have plenty of stuff on our plates. So why add other people's problems and issues energetically on our plates? Why would we do that? Instead, we can, with respect, share what we feel. And when we do it from the heart, the other person will not be offended. The other person will actually realize that he or she is being seen for real, which may be scary on one hand, but being really seen is something we all want deep within us. We really want to be seen for who we truly are. And already once, years ago, I took a step back when somebody approached me who was very vulnerable, and I was like, And later on, I got a message from that person thanking me, and I didn't even fully consciously took that step back. It was half conscious, half unconscious. But then when I read that message saying, hey Lotfi, thank you for not taking advantage of me or the situation or something like that. And I remember reading that message, I was like, huh? Whoa. And then I remembered what happened a few days before and how the conversation went, and I'm like, oh, okay. And that really felt good. For your information, I was still way out of balance back then. But that voice in me was already active, and I already had learned to listen to the voice within me. I was not always being able to do it fully, but that day I could. And that was a moment that stuck with me, because this happened like 10 years ago, I believe. And I still remember it because it was an important moment, a lesson, a moment of awareness. And so I really encourage you to listen to that voice within you. And if, like me, you've had your negative sexual experience in your life, and if you haven't managed yet to heal the wound, to get rid of the impact of what happened to you on your life, then I encourage you to contact me and let's work on this. Because we can all heal our wounds. Even after multiple rapes, you can still have a fun and healthy sex life. It is possible. You just need to work on yourself. And oftentimes with some guidance, with someone who's neutral, who's not going to judge you, who's just going to be there to hold space and guide you so that you can step through your fears and heal your wounds. And then rise from the ashes like a phoenix. And you do not need to be in a relationship or being single. It doesn't matter what your situation is. You can do it. It also doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. You can do this. And asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It actually means you're smart and you're strong and you care about your well-being. So that's you standing up for yourself and say, okay, I want to take good care of myself. What do I need for that? Well, I need to change some habits maybe, and I need somebody to guide me. Just like I put in a request at work for somebody to come and teach me something that I do not have enough knowledge of. So take that step. Start transforming your life. Start bringing more beauty and joy in your life. Have a wonderful day. Hopefully see you soon. Like, subscribe, and share.